I'm late, but I'm here, like a period. I'm probably going to regret starting my stream like that, but I'm late, but I'm here. So, yeah, I'm 8 minutes late. My entire kitchen, my entire house was just filled with a ton of smoke. I'm not really sure how that happened, but here we are. Nonetheless, I'm in the pods. Figuratively, I'm in the pods, and I'm excited to talk about Love is Blind season 8. So, the tone of this live is going to be kind of chaotic because, first of all, as I'm starting, I'm all over the place. I'm late. I have tons to talk about. There's tea for the season already. I'm going to be trying out a new format for this live so that I can have you look at the cast with me. So let me know in the comments if this is working for you. If I end up hanging up the stream, that's because my house fills up with smoke again. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. Love is Blind, season 8, Minneapolis. So let's start here. Before we get into the cast, we have heard for like a year and a half now that Love is Blind season 8 Minneapolis, apparently the cast of men is not solid. And this isn't surprising because we hear this virtually every single season. But we saw a video at least a year ago of a popular TikTok creator. I'm blanking on her name, so let me double check it. Hope You Find Your Dad. So Hope You Find Your Dad, Andra, she made a TikTok video where she was very upset. She saw the cast and she was basically like, I'm very dismayed that the cast has been chosen, especially when I saw one of the guys that they selected because he's not a nice person. So I've been waiting to see if she ever talks about who that cast member is. And as of yesterday, she posted an update with like the rest of the details. So let's start there. I'm going to show you her TikTok. And then after that, I'm going to show you. So spoilers. Okay, so let's start here. We'll watch this together.
Difficult morning for the women here in Minneapolis as we had to wake up and see some of the worst men in our city have been cast on this season of Love is Blind. Unfortunately, not only do I know some of them and I've heard horrible stories about other ones, but I also already know how some of the storylines end. So let's talk about it today. Because Netflix didn't consider that if you pick some of the most narcissistic men who will do anything for fame, that the second they walk off that set, regardless of if you made them sign an NDA or not, they're going to head straight back to the bars and start bragging about everything that happened behind the scenes.
So you know what? Amazing start, because really, Netflix, really, exactly. That's the entire thing. You don't think that this could be a problem? You don't think that these men are going to go back home, these same problematic men that you've cast to be problematic on the show? You don't think they're going to come home and spoil your show? I'm surprised that this doesn't happen more often, to be honest.
But for starters, shame on you, Netflix. I was not planning on talking about any of this because I was hoping that after all of those women, including myself, came forward about that horrific man, you would have the sense to write him off of the show. But apparently instead, you just privated all of his social accounts, wiped them all clean again, and then relaunched them, as if we all wouldn't notice. If you're not already familiar, I'll tag it, but I made a video.
I forgot about this video as well. I bookmarked it in my brain, but the video that just popped up on the screen is the initial video that I saw a year ago. So for her to provide further context, and like I said, I feel like everything's game, right? If you're going to cast narcissistic men who are going to come home and spoil the show, then why can't she talk about it? Like at this point, it's just hearsay.
Video talking about this man when all this information leaked last year. And it sounds like he went on to treat this woman on the show exactly as we all would have expected. And I'm even more disappointed to see that it looks like Netflix is well aware that they're exposing these women to horrific men. But anyways, I met this man when I was decently young and brand new to campus here at the University of Minnesota. And he is one of the first men who taught me not to trust men when they tell you who they are. But that's a story for another day. I saw him go around for years treating women on that campus like they were objects and completely disposable, even to the point where one night I remember his friend group posted a joke about it up on their stories. So they knew, and I responded, joking along, but also like trying to call them out, and they never got it because they think it's funny to treat women this way. But this man was really well known on campus specifically for that, but also he was like the MVP of the baseball team. We all thought he was going to get drafted, and he was going to do anything for fame, in my opinion. He had a YouTube channel. He was constantly going around telling people to follow his IG. This man loved attention, but then he didn't get
You know what else is interesting? A lot of the people from this season are this way. I mean, at least a few of them are. For example, who I'm going to show you in a second, Benji. His TikTok, it's very clear that he's been trying to become an influencer and create content. And it is also clear that people before their show is announced, they basically try to like drop a lot of content with hopes that people go find them after the show is premiered. And a lot of it is like that weird motivational stuff that's not motivational at all. That's what a lot of the guys are posting, which immediately says to me like red pill.
Get drafted. What was the backup plan? I guess he became a realtor and then moved out to Los Angeles to try and become famous there on his parents' dime. But that didn't work out either, so he moved back, and I guess he applied to Love is Blind, trying again. But again, if you ask me, I would have never guessed that he was on that show to get married. And what happened? The second he got off the show, he went back to those bars, probably the college bars he hung around for way too long, and started telling people exactly what happened on the show. Now, this is just what I was told by someone who claimed to run into him, but apparently he ends up getting engaged to one of the girls, right? And then he's back in our hometown filming. And that's when everyone saw him filming, and all the girls in the city started coming forward with their horror stories about him. And thank goodness, as one of my original intentions was, that information got to her, and that made her hesitant. And from what I was told in his words, apparently he described her as being mean because of all of that. So his plan was to go all the way to the altar and then say no to her in front of everyone. But unfortunately, the pastor guy asked her first and she said no. So now he's
the pastor guy. For as far as I know, through the grapevine, I've heard this is true. I have not seen the season, but I've heard through the grapevine of creators talking that I've heard that everything that she says here is allegedly true, which is why I prefaced with this is going to be major spoilers for the season.
Back in the city, going around the bars, hitting on girls as always. And to all the women sharing all their stories about him and the other men on this season, I want to let you know that I see you and I hear you. Your stories are not mine to share, but I am so sorry that you had to go through any of this, and that Netflix thinks it's okay to keep platforming these men. Really difficult morning for the women here in Minneapolis as we had to.
So that's the video. Like I said, I've been thinking about the first video that she made for a while now. Now, everybody's in the comments. It's very clear who she's talking about. Everybody's saying that they think it's Ben. It sounds like it would be Ben based off of all the information that she gives. And since we're about to go over the cast together, you will see who that is in just a second. Just a reminder, if you haven't yet liked this stream, please like the stream so that I can let other people know that I am live, and we'll get back to it. Okay, so next I'm going to show you Benji. Benji, another cast member, and again, we're about to go through everybody. He had a TikTok that went viral earlier this month. So, and I think it was this month. Earlier this month, around January 14th, he posted a TikTok of his gender reveal. Now, his gender reveal was ruined by his dog. The TikTok went very viral. I think it had close to 1 million likes. And come to find out, he's a cast member for Love is Blind. So I'm not sure of this. This is just speculation. But I would assume that whatever happens for him on Love is Blind does not work out. And that presently, right now, he is with someone else and they are having a child together. So I'm going to show you that. And tell me, too, if you've seen this video pop up on your For You page. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, so it's short, basically nothing. But as you scroll down, it's Benjamin Smith, okay? Like I said, this is the cast member for Love is Blind. As I also said, you can tell that he's been trying to establish himself as a creator.
Cycle of giving and taking, ebbing and flowing, that real yin and yang shit.
Lots of...
It's easy to get caught up in daily drama, but we do have the ability to adopt a broader perspective.
You know, success comes from uniting driven people with great ideas, resources, and enthusiasm.
You guys need to start creating the content that you want, because creators...
So like that sends me when people are like, you need to start creating this type of content. And then they have 8 likes. It's like, and I should listen to you. Why? But yeah, hopefully he gets to the success that he needs after the street season. Definitely trying to be an influencer. To be clear, I think everybody is trying to be an influencer, and I don't really fault them. That's it. That's the precedent that Love is Blind has set. They're very unserious about people coming on the show for love. I think maybe 1 of 20 people who are on there are actually there for love. And specifically, it's more natural, it's more likely to be the women who are there for actual reasons. But I don't fault someone at going on a show where they have an option, a possibility to fall in love, and then they have a larger possibility of them leaving with the platform. I don't hate the game. So Benji, obviously, we'll get to it now. Okay. I have my screen as zoomed in as possible so that we can look at the cast together. If you're unable to see it, let me know in the comments so that I can try to pull it up in a different way. So what I love about this season off the bat is I love the ages of the cast members. I've been waiting for a season where we have like a wider range of cast members that aren't just in their early 20s. And it feels like we're finally getting that this season. So starting with our first cast member, we're going to go through the women first. She's beautiful. She's stunning. She's so fit. I like her orange dress. It looks like she has some hand tattoos. That's cute. Oops. Okay. Her name's Amanda. She's 43 years old and a district retail manager. She's also a Capricorn. Seeking an organic, real-life meet cute, Amanda has swiped left on dating apps for the last time. I think my age can be a factor, she says. At 43, Amanda is the oldest single entering the pods, but she's far more concerned with emotional maturity. I'm going to be really mad if they bring Amanda on this show just to not have a suitable option for her, just to have her be like the oldest contestant that's not walking away with love. I hope that they have someone cast that she actually has a possibility of liking. In her eyes, nothing is more attractive than a guy who can tell her exactly how he feels. Somebody who can't communicate is definitely an ick for me. Honesty may even earn her suitor a slice of something scrumptious, since Amanda enjoys baking sourdough bread for those she loves. Well, any man in the pods, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Amanda likes to bake bread. She's looking for somebody who's emotionally mature. She wants somebody who can communicate well with her. She's 43 years old. She's established in her career. I love Amanda. I think she's a total catch. Okay, up next. I don't know who she reminds me of, but she reminds me of somebody so much, and it's literally on the tip of my tongue. She's beautiful as well. She's got the green dress. The color of this dress does sort of remind me of like high school formal for some reason, but she does look good in it. It's good on her skin tone. Everybody, there's not that much sun out in Minnesota. Not having your toes painted for your photo is a choice. That's a very bold choice, Ashley. Okay. I am kind of judging you for that. With open-toed shoes, I am kind of judging you. So she's 28 years old, a client success manager, and a Virgo. Ashley has been told that she's a bit too much in past relationships, so any future partner needs to love her zest for life. I'm not willing to sacrifice my excitability. I really just want a partner that can embrace that fully. Ready to see beauty in life's simplest moments, Ashley hopes to spend the rest of her days with someone who will catch every sunset and walk around the city snapping photographs. If Ashley finds a self-assured, expressive guy, she'll lock him, blah, blah, blah. I hate when they add like the little insights. She wants a secure man. She needs a confident man, and she doesn't care if you're shorter than me. She just wants the confident. Okay, so she's open to a short king as long as the confidence is there. I think the oldest guy is 38. Okay, so Ashley truly is one of the oldest contestants. I hope that 38-year-old has emotional maturity. I'm already kind of side-eyeing that because we've heard before that men mature slower than women anyways. She reminds you of Leighton Meester. I can kind of see that. Okay, so she wants somebody who's confident. I don't think she'll fall. I don't think she won't find that. Trust me. The world has so many men who are confident for no reason at all. So I'm sure she'll find that this season. I also feel like they took what she said very literally because I feel like a lot of the cast this season is very short. Okay, next up. I love the color of this dress. She's beautiful, beautiful accessories. She's got the gold hoops, the gold watch. I love it. I love this shade of blue. I said on my TikTok, I have no idea what shade of blue this is, but it looks absolutely stunning on her. I love that she's angled to the side to show off her good angles. Brittany, good job with that. Or whoever set her up, great. So she's 35. She's a partnership executive, and she is an Aries. Sports lover Brittany says her openness to new experiences prompted her to make the biggest move to Minneapolis. Ideally, she'd like to match with someone who's just as curious and game to swing for the fences. She wants a confident man. I want them to kind of have their own little thing and be able to teach me some things. If that includes how to be on time, all the better, as she admits that she struggles with punctuality. Same, Brittany. But as a successful businesswoman who's worked with the NBA, NFL, and MLB, in addition to playing and coaching Division I basketball, she's clearly a pro who has mastered quite a few things on her own. I'm obsessed. I love Brittany. Love Brittany. Love her bio. Love what she has going on. Love that she said that she wants a guy who already has something going on. I think that shows that she's very secure. Obsessed. I think she is such a catch. Okay. Up next. She reminds me of somebody too. And it's going to kill me if I can't think of who it is. They really love the slit dress in Minneapolis. They love that. And they also love this cream colored heel. They love that. Like I said, the sun is not out there. Cassandra is 30 years old and she's a hairstylist. She's also a Taurus. For Cassandra, a good sense of humor is the ultimate green flag, which should come as no surprise as she was named after a character in Wayne's World. Okay. In addition to witty banter, she's looking forward to getting vulnerable in the pod to the future partner, but time with her good group of girls comes first. So just as the Spice Girls, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So when it comes to boxers or brief, we don't know if she has a preference as long as whatever the guy is wearing gets the job done. My biggest ick is when you see the top of a guy's butt crack. I can't handle that. I do remember her saying that in the intro video that Love is Blind posted. I think that this is a very fluff bio. All I learned about this is that she likes a funny guy. She was named after Wayne's World. She likes to have fun with her friends. And she has an ick that I think like 80% of women have. So I really learned nothing there. This is giving Dallas Cowboy cheerleader for some reason to me. She is very beautiful. The one shoulder suit is very interesting. I'm not fashion, so like I can't say if that's a look. I think it's interesting. Okay. Again, how many pair of cream shoes? The limit does not exist. Her name is Kylie. She's 28 years old and a medical student. She's a Virgo. My screen is scrolling for some weird reason. It won't stop. Okay. 28. Okay. She's a med student. She's determined to heal some lonely hearts. One thing that's really unique about the pods is everybody here to get married and find someone. She says, I'm here to find my husband. You don't need to tell us how the show works. We've been watching for 8 seasons. We get it. When she's not wearing a white coat, Kylie can usually be seen sporting the latest fashion trends, which are responsible for her overflowing closet. But she's more than willing to clean up her shopaholic act. And oh my God, she looks like Amy Adams from Shopaholic. She looks like Amy Adams from Shopaholic. Like it's probably the red hair, but she looks like Amy Adams. What wasn't that show called? Confessions of a Shopaholic. Okay. The one thing she won't give up, however, is her faith. I am a very religious person, so I'm looking for somebody who also has those traditions and is willing to share them with me and raise a family. I'll see about you, Kylie. I'll see about you. Religion can go one of 2 ways. Okay. I can't with how many people are reminding me of somebody and I can't think of the name. It's actually killing me. She reminds me of somebody too. I can't think of who. We've got a chocolate dress. Let's see if there's a slit. There is a slit. Okay. And they love the middies. They love the middies. We've got another pair of cream heels on. Lauren is 31 years old in educational sales, and she's a Sagittarius. Holy cow. Okay, so she comes from a big Irish Catholic family with 81st cousins. Lauren has always wanted to start one of her own. Her recent relationships never seem to make it past the 6 to 9 month mark, leaving her eager to find a relationship to last a lifetime. I'm still stuck on 81st Cousins. I was going to say, as soon as I looked at her, she looks like a teacher. Here we go. As a former teacher, Lauren is primed to be a star student in the pods, ask a lot of questions and really get to know people. She looks like she would ask a lot of questions, but she tends to be an overthinker and processor. Also, again, she looks like she would be, which could get in the way of her decision making. I just like to know what's going on and how people are feeling, which can be a little bit too much, she says. However, if any of her suitors are too invested in their personal appearance, or hers for that matter, then the choice to move on will be simple. It just comes off very arrogant, and I can pick up on that. So she's the opposite of what the other girls are asking for. Like, she doesn't want someone who's overly confident. She wants somebody who isn't very vain, doesn't put a lot of stock into her looks or their own. And yeah, I kind of like that. She wants somebody pretty simple. This process is going to be hard for her, for Lauren. She looks like a Laura. Holy shit. I was going to say she looks like a Laura. This process is going to be hard for Lauren because you're not going to be able to be in the know of how everybody's feeling. And I feel like this bio alone makes me think that she's going to end up in some sort of love triangle situation to where it's her and another girl. Okay, up next. What do I think this girl looks like? I think she looks like she's going to be a Chloe, or what does she look like? A Chloe, or like something that starts with a V. Okay, let's see. Midi again, the nude heels. Nude heels. Hate to see somebody from Minneapolis coming. They're stealing them right off the shelf. Her name's Madison. Okay, Madison, 28. She's an artist and a Leo. She gives Leo immediately. Her most consistent relationship has been with her dog. And yes, he has his own Instagram account, but now this artist, so she's an artist, is looking to fill in the blank canvas of her own love life, and she wants a goofy guy. Bonus points if he can roll up his sleeves and join her in the studio. I like that. If that's not exactly his speed, there's always room on the back of her motorcycle. Okay, I like her. She's very quirky. She's very eclectic, but don't expect Madison to fall for just anyone in the pods, as she's proud of never settling for anything less than she deserves, which includes men with long fingernails, mommy issues, who cheat and don't like spicy foods. I feel like I'm going to like Madison. She said she's really bad at texting. Don't take it personally. Madison. Okay, please don't disappoint me, Madison. I like Madison. Asking a lot of questions in the pod reminds me of that one guy, Matt, who didn't take into account that the ladies would also ask him questions. LOL. I forgot about Matt. The way I forgot about Matt, yes. Women are just naturally better at that, though. So let's see. She reminds me of, like, if they were to recreate Magic School Bus, like, she looks like she could be on it. Or like, she looks like she would be like in every movie. There's like the mom, like in the kitchen, who's like kind of witchy and like, or I don't know, like she kind of gives like hippie. She kind of reminds me of like the mom from like Meet the Fockers, but blonde. That's what I get from her. She's cute. She's got a good body. Again, we've got the slit. Is these cream shoes? They certainly are. Again, we've got someone else with their toes out and it's not done. Ladies, I love a natural girl. Okay, no makeup on right now, but the bare toes on TV for your picture, now is not the time. She's 31 years old, an oncology nurse, and a Libra. She looks like she's kind-hearted. Free-spirited Meg in a box, knew it, and you'll miss out on all she has to offer. I can see that. I can see her coming across very like I said, like airy, spiritual, and then meanwhile, she's an oncology nurse. So work comes first, but she also describes herself as a goof who can be a little bit airheaded from time to time. I miss my exit nearly every day when I drive to work. See, she's very vata, very in the air, or I lose my phone and forget to plug it in. With a demanding career, dating has been nearly impossible, but after 2 years of the single life, love is a priority. Her biggest ick is somebody who doesn't ask questions back. But if he values humor and heart in equal measure, then Meg is ready to take a leap of faith. I like her bio. Nothing in there made me not like it. I feel like me and her have like pretty much the same kind of hair going on right now. So like kind of like twins. Okay, kind of twins. What is your name? It looks like it's going to be Jeannie or Macy. First person wearing closed-toed, first person wearing nude. And you know what? I don't love these shoes at all, so maybe we should go back to the cream. Molly. She looks like a Molly. 30 years old. I can't. These shoes seriously look like goat hooves. Like the bottom looks like what you put on like for your horse. I absolutely hate the shoes, Molly. I do kind of like the rhinestone thing around the ankle, but like I hate the bottom of your shoes with a passion. Okay? But you're still pretty, Molly. 30 executive assistant. She's another Sagittarius. She's proud of purchasing a home all on her own, where she plans to spend Christmases to come with her forever person. Eager to share her tree decorating traditions, she brought a special ornament into the pods in hope of gifting it to her future husband. She looks like she would be in a Lifetime movie. She looks like she would be in a Lifetime Christmas movie, 100%. Minneapolis fashion is interesting. Listen, Ohio, I'm from Ohio, so I can't say much, but it is interesting. This is interesting. Okay. A go-getter from an early age, former Minnesota Timberwolves cheerleader, paid for a portion of her college tuition with funds won from lip sync battles she completed throughout her childhood. Okay, so she's giving theater, cinema. Now she wants a man who will back all her scene-stealing performances in her day-to-day life. If I'm out on the dance floor, they will have to be cheering me on in the corner or out there dancing with me. Boys who are embarrassed easily, please exit stage left. She looks like that. The haircut, the color, it gives quirky. Like I just said, cinema, theater. That's what I was getting. All right. This girl looks like her name is Julie. She's cute. We've got another mid dress on, back to the cream. Her name is Monica. She's 28 years old, digital marketing, and she's an Aries. Almost every single person's name has started with an M. Like they really kept this Minnesota. Almost every single person's name is started with an M. She's family oriented and wants a partner to feel like another family member. Okay, I get that, but I don't love the wording. I am my most authentic self with my mom, dad, and sister. So finding someone who adds to that dynamic is more than I can ask for. Okay, the elaboration, I understand. Monica says her loved ones would describe her as secretly really weird. So anyone who makes it past the pods must accept her tendency to talk to herself and not violate her list of extremely specific icks. Shoes are an ick to me. If you have dirty New Balances that are bright blue, I'm sorry, but we got to work on it. Okay, interesting. Very, very specific ick. So you don't like dirty shoes, but also I'm wondering if you don't like bright blue New Balances. Okay, so she deleted her dating apps and she hopes the pods will work their magic. And will help her land a guy who loves her. Okay, and it looks like she also whips up experimental recipes in the kitchen. Again, Monica's quirky, just like the girl before her. They're both seeming very quirky. This girl looks like her name is also going to start with an L, but watch it start with an M. She looks like a Laura or a Mandy. Okay, we've got a floor-length dress. She's stunning. I will say she's beautiful. Her shape is great. The dress, again, not a fashion expert. I don't necessarily know if it's supposed to wrap around your feet that way. This is a tripping hazard. This is giving, I didn't paint my toes. It looks like a curtain. I hate that. I needed to cut a little and maybe just like a little bit of heel. Her name is Sarah. She's 29. We have another oncology nurse and she's a Capricorn. Okay, first fact, immediately don't care about, so I'm not even going to read it. After a year of being single, this oncology nurse is searching for a goal-oriented guy who looks on the sunny side of life. And if he happens to laugh at her jokes, that wouldn't hurt either. Small town vibe of Minneapolis hasn't helped Sarah's hunt for a life partner. Fair. Okay, she wants a genuine connection with guys who don't need fixing. Huge. She spends plenty of time taking care of others at her day job. That's real. That's real. When she's off duty, she spends time playing Call of Duty, so her future husband better level up his skills before their wedding day. So she's a gamer. She doesn't look like a gamer at all, but she is a gamer. That's fun. Okay. She's beautiful. Excuse me. Says I've been guessing everybody's names. Brittany, Bren, Jessica, Blake, Ivy. What is it? Sarah. Okay, Taylor. Taylor, she's cute. She's got the cream heels on again. Outfit's interesting. Her makeup's great, though. I'm not even going to say anything about the outfit. I'm not liking pretty much anybody's outfit or their shoes, but that's okay. She's 32 years old and a colonoscopy nurse. We've got oncology, colonoscopy. She's a Pisces. Attention, Lindsay Lohan. Taylor is ready to star in her own Christmas rom-com. So she also loves Christmas. She wants a genuine, loyal, caring, adventurous, and funny man in the pods. That'd be the biggest gift she could receive. If you can make me laugh, the rest is history. It's always a beautiful girl who wants like the bare minimum of just a guy to make her laugh, always. For the record, reindeer hooves are the only ones she wants to see. A guy who wears flip-flops are a major turnoff after losing herself in past relationships. Taylor feels like she's ready to love fearlessly, and hopefully her future husband won't mind her caroling all year round. So she's very into the Christmas thing. I sing a lot of sentences for no reason, so that might get annoying. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about Taylor, but she's beautiful. Okay. Up next. Oh my God. Okay. I love the green dress. Love the green dress. Finally. Thank you. Not only do we have a French tip on the feet, on the toenails, we have a different kind of heel. Thank you. Thank you. This is better. This is better. This is way better. Tiara, 34, marketing strategist, Gemini. She's stunning. Sure, looks aren't everything, but if a Michael B. Jordan lookalike with a gentle spirit is waiting in the pods, then Tiara calls first dibs. Love it. As someone who is very traditional and prefers the old ways of dating, she's recently ditched the apps in hopes of meeting her future husband IRL, but the dating pool feels almost dried up, especially when it comes to finding a man who supports her career. I'm most proud of going back to school to get my MBA and my dream university. It took me 5 years to make it a reality, and I didn't give up. Congratulations. That's huge. So entering this experiment, she's stepping far outside of her comfort zone. And there's one thing that she won't compromise on. Her faith is very important to her. It's not something I can sacrifice for love. I hope she finds somebody who actually has faith and not somebody who professes to. Unfortunately for the women, a lot of guys on these shows act like they are strong in their faith, and then they end up leaving this experience and they find out that they're like a completely different person. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Tiara. She has both her Instagram and her TikTok linked. Okay, I like this dress too. She's beautiful. This dress is, and I like her tattoos. So this one goes, I don't know what kind of length this is, but I like this length. Again, we've got painted toes, not crazy on the silver heel, but it does look kind of nice with the dress. Her name is Vanessa. She's 31 and a media planner. She's a Sagittarius. Wow, there's tons of Sagittarius here. I wonder if Sagittarius are very outgoing with their personality. Oh my God. She's a classically trained ballerina. Love. Your dating skills better be on point. That's actually cute. So I'm going to read that. That's really cute. That's one of the cutest sentences they've had in here. She's hoping to cross paths with a guy who embraces all of her passions, from dancing and horseback riding to camping and spontaneous road tripping. My perfect partner is somebody who's always down to try something new and go along with my crazy whims. She says choosing men based on physical appearance hasn't yielded the kind of love Vanessa has wanted, so she's open to all connections. Love that. The only thing I'm not willing to sacrifice is my love for my dogs. I can't live without them. I really like her personality. Really like her personality. She's cute. Love. Ooh, fancy. We got nice cleavage going on, nice body, toes are painted. Thank you for getting the memo. Thank you for getting the memo. And we're back to nude heels, but I don't hate it because the toes are painted. The toes are painted. Virginia is beautiful. I'm going to be honest with you, so I'm not a liar. I don't love the color of this dress. Like I'm not loving the color of this dress, but it's mostly because it's bringing up PTSD for me and how many dresses I wore from whether the show was called Deb. What was that store called? Deb or like I think it was called Deb. But I bought tons of dresses that were like $5 from there from of that color and it's giving me PTSD to that. And it also reminds me of another PTSD thing like that medicine you would take as a child, the pink one, you know if you know. Virginia's 34. She's a healthcare recruiter and a Capricorn. Adventurous Virginia is the type to enter a marathon on a whim, but she hasn't found the right guy to meet her at the finish line. In past situationship, this doctor's big heart has led her astray, but now she's done pouring into others if they aren't filling her cup first. Love that. Still showing up and wanting love is my hugest accomplishment because it's really easy to become jaded. So true. A patient and faith-driven guy who wants to go the long haul will immediately attract her attention. But if really arrogant and self-centered men are waiting on the other side, this former cheerleader won't hesitate to show them the door. Okay, so a lot of cheerleaders as well. A lot of cheerleaders. Love a bright red dress. I think this is the first bright red dress that we've seen. She's stunning. She's got the red lip to match. Nails done. Short dress. Shoes a little bit big on her, but that's okay. Don't know if you heard that, but trees are falling outside. Shoes are a little big. That's okay though, because like I said, she makes up for it. The toes are painted. That's huge, huge. Yemi is 30. She's a product sales manager. Another Sagittarius. Somebody keep count. Like how many Sagittariuses have we seen? This is crazy. Okay. Yemi hasn't had much luck in the dating scene, leaving her to wonder if future husband can be found in either of the Twin Cities. Meeting new people has been hard, especially because she feels that Midwestern guys can be hesitant to make the first move. True. Men just aren't very forward here, so I don't get approached very often. It might have to do with the fact that I'm a little intimidating. We rebuke that. She says, Yemi's independence, success, and drive have helped her climb the corporate ladder, but haven't done wonders for her love life. That's why an ambitious guy who allows her to feel comfortable and helps her grow is who she's hoping to fall for in the pods. But if he has a vulgar sense of humor or bad manners, then a second date is off the table. I kind of love that for her. OMG, was that a tree? I'm so glad that anybody could hear that. Thank you. Yeah, it was. Sagittarius are known as a traveler sign, so it makes a lot of sense to see them, generally more open to random experiences and not being super tied down. This is really interesting because my rising sign is a Sagittarius, so I relate. Sorry, I just got distracted again because I'm back to thinking about the tree. Okay. I kind of like that she's not for a guy with vulgar humor because there's so many guys that are like that. It looks like we're going on to the men. Everybody says that he reminds them of Mouth, and I'm blanking on what show this is from. So if you're in the chat and you watched a show where there was ever a character named Mouth, please let me know. Additionally, if you can think of a different reference for who Adam looks like, please let me know because it's killing me that I can't think of who he reminds me of. He reminds me of somebody. I know who he reminds me of. This needs to be said in a nice way because I mean it in a nice way, but it's just what pops in my head first. He kind of reminds me of the little brother in Toy Story who puts together that like baby on the legs with the like metal things, with, like takes his sister's toys. That's who he kind of reminds me of. He kind of looks like him, but like obviously very sweeter. Like if he was a cartoon, that's what he would look like. I'm not going to lie. I like his outfit. And I think he's in fashion. Knew it. I like his outfit. I don't care. I'm standing on that. If everybody hates it, I still like it. And you can know I have bad taste. Adam is 33, fashion director / co-owner, and a Leo. Love Leos. By the time Adam was 13 years old, he traveled to 6 continents, but this globetrotter believes the right person should make even trips to the grocery store feel like an adventure. Rich parents, 6 continents before you're 13. Rich. When it comes to dating, Adam has been losing hope after swiping away for the past years, and the dating pool has dwindled. Everyone here meets their person when they're like 22. All of a sudden, you're 26, and there's no single people anymore. Midwest is a different fucking story. It's a different story because even here on the East Coast, it's not like that. When I lived on the West Coast, completely opposite. It was Peter Pan Central. Nobody was getting married. So it's crazy. But while most of his peers are settling down, Adam was busy growing his men's clothing business from one tiny location to 6 stores across the country. Good for you, Adam. He may have yet to select a mate, but at least he'll have no problems picking out his wedding fit. And your groomsmen better look good too. Your groomsmen better look good too. I like his bio. I think it's fun. This guy reminds me of Harry Jowsey. That's who he reminds me of, except short Harry Jowsey. He's cute though. Like I kind of appreciate how skinny this guy is. Like I'm not usually into skinny guys, but like I don't know. He's kind of cute like that. Like he's kind of cute, dainty. Alex. Oh my God. He just looks like an Alex. He just looks like an Alex. He's 29 years old and a commercial real estate broker and a Taurus. He may know how to ride a unicycle but after some time in the pod, he's hoping to, whatever. I fucking can't. He can ride a unicycle. He's a former high school music teacher, plays the guitar, piano, bass, drums, violin, clarinet, and more. Okay, one-man band. I kind of love that. That's interesting. Ideally, Alex's partner won't mind a bit of noise because he's got plenty of instruments to practice, and he's also been known to snore. Oh my God, he's a nightmare. Please forgive me if he meets an adventurous and slightly nerdy woman who can overlook that potentially aggravating habit. He'll have no problem putting his dating days to bed. I love his personality, the description of it at least. He seems quirky. He seems cute. I'm kind of into Alex. This guy I immediately don't like. I'm going to tell you that. Even when I was looking at him, I'm like, this gives fraternity, player, if I'm honest, like former military, like it just gives that. Is he attractive? Yes. But like in a way that like looks concerning. The hand in the pant like that is so distracting. So distracting. I thought that was something else for a second. Andrew is 27 and a realtor. He's a Cancer. Okay. I'm writing Cancer men off. So before I go into Andrew, what I don't like about Andrew is I looked up his TikTok because it was linked and he has like anti-trans stuff reposted to his TikTok. He only has 53 followers. So first of all, I think it's really gross that he was posting that stuff to begin with. I think it's really gross that they linked his TikTok. They saw that. They don't care and put that type of individual on the show. Yeah, and I just think he's nasty. I think the lack of care before you go on a show with a national platform to clean up your social media, and I think the lack of care by Netflix. And it's not because I want him to hide. I'm glad I know who you are and that I don't like you, but you have harmful stuff on your page. So not a fan of Andrew at all. We haven't even heard from his exes or anything yet. He gives scammer like the Fire Festival dude. Yes. Let's see if they still have his TikTok linked. They do, of course. Okay, he claims to be intellectually curious, which says to me that he likes to argue and will challenge you, even on a good point. I'm going to be reading this with this kind of lens because I don't think I like him. I'm someone who is constantly searching for answers to not always the simplest questions. The questions Andrew is searching for answers seem to be, should trans people have rights? Yes. Do trans people attack someone the moment they go in the bathroom? No, but not in Andrew's mind. I'm looking for someone who's willing to go on that journey. Cerebral explorations aren't the only adventure. Former Army helicopter mechanic. For Andrew, the frigid temperatures are the hardest part about dating in Minneapolis, making romantic nature walks out of the question. He prefers to take dates to the dance floor. Okay. And while having 2 left feet isn't necessarily a deal breaker, a potential partner who asks him to sacrifice his faith would definitely send him whirling away in the opposite direction. I don't like Andrew. Disrespectfully, I don't like Andrew. Hard no to Andrew. Just stopping by to get your quick thoughts on Ashley and Tyler separating. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Was he the guy that was shown on the previous reunion? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember, but I think you might be onto something there because as I'm thinking about it, I feel like I've saw his face before. In regards to Ashley and Tyler separating, not surprised at all. I had a lot of friends who were of the impression that Tyler got with Ashley with the intention of garnishing her wages. He wanted to get with a secure woman who had a lot of financial stability to offer. And to be honest with you, being very honest, I didn't know that I thought Tyler had the forethought to go that deep with a plan, but I could see that. I think that he attempted to garnish Ashley's wages, or she realized that her wages would be garnished if she did not divorce from him because he has so much debt. I also think that she found out more things about him, maybe what debt he had, just more skeletons in the closet. I'm not surprised at all. I personally have more grace for Ashley than I think maybe the general tone on the internet. And that's mostly because I really feel for her as far as Netflix putting Tyler on the show. I think it was purposeful. And yes, Ashley was messy when she went on that stuff. She said, women, we don't understand her because we're not married. That's a mess. Okay. That's a whole mess. And she defended Tyler really hard. So that itself is a mess. But I do think that Tyler either had her very gaslit to the point where everything he positioned himself as being the person who was telling the truth, and every single thing that Ashley was hearing other than that was not the truth. We know that Netflix is crappy. I wouldn't be surprised if they added on to that and they kind of backed what Tyler was saying, and they're like, yeah, Ashley, that's the truth. Like, I could see conversations like that happening. And if I'm honest, I think that they told Tyler to abstain from telling Ashley about his children until he had already gotten engaged to her so that she was trapped. That's what I think. I kind of think that she was put in a really unfortunate situation. I don't think she handled it the best, but I've also just have questions about Love is Blind's contract in general and how it says that you can't talk about your partner in a separate way or in a specific sort of way. I did see that she posted, I think, herself singing Broke Boy the other day on her Instagram. So I'm hoping that she gets to drop her experience with Tyler soon. Mike Grace for her stopped and she said she wanted the kids to leave them alone. Same. That was really painful to hear. I feel like Mike Grace extended for her because you know what? I'm not going to use my energy to ever tear down a Black woman. I'm not going to wish for anything bad to happen for her, but that was certainly concerning. And I hope that as she looks back and reflects on things, she's like, wow, that was a really horrible way to handle things. And you're welcome for answering. Thank you for asking. I'm glad we got to hit that really quick. Okay, by the way, for zodiacs, perfect. Let's hear. 4 Sag, 1 Leo, 2 Aries. So 7 fire signs, 3 Cap, 2 Virgo, 1 Taurus. Okay, so 6 earth signs, only 2 air signs, 1 Libra and a Gemini, 1 Pisces. Wow. So a lot of fire and earth for the ladies. Thank you for telling us that. Wow. That's huge. Okay. So we just finished with Andrew. Okay. Yeah. I forgot we're on to the guys. Okay. And again, I'm not going to pull up his TikTok. I did a separate video about that on my TikTok if you want to see it. But Andrew, offensive. Now, this is the guy that allegedly Andra is talking about in her videos. And it's interesting because when I made my TikTok initially, just like first reacting, previewing the cast and scrolling through the pictures, his bio frames himself as if he's like a nice guy, captain of the kickball team, intramural sports for youth, and wants to have everybody feel invited. But what he says and how he looks tells me a completely different story. And I'm going to start trusting my gut on that a lot more because you don't look nice. And every time that I have thought someone would be the villain, they are. Last year, I predicted, even just off the first glance, I said Steven will be a villain. And he was. So this is the guy. He looks like a douche. I'm not going to lie to you. He looks like a lot of guys who walked into my bar when I was a bartender at West Virginia University. In fact, Minneapolis kind of reminds me of Morgantown, West Virginia. The black loafers are a choice. I have not seen a man under the age of 50 that's not at a wedding or funeral wear those. That's just me. Okay, he's 28. He looks much older. He is a developer in a Libra. His competitive nature serves him well, see, in the intramural kickball league, but he's yet to bring home a championship. Blah, blah, blah. He says he's a team player on and off the field. He can always sense when someone's feeling left out. I have kind of a sixth sense for that and just love to bring people in and make them feel included. He says, if Ben meets a woman who can match his energy and lead with vulnerability in the pods, he won't hesitate to draft her as a partner in life. And if she has a competitive streak of her own and complements his outgoing and playful personality, it might be a win-win. What a way to describe somebody who's been told that he's not nice. What a way to describe somebody. Yeah, Ben. What I'm curious about is who Ben ends up with. I'm really curious about who he ends up with. Next, we have Benji. Ben and Benji. Benji was the other person whose TikTok I pulled up. We saw his gender reveal earlier this month. So whether he is with someone from the show or not, I think not. This is Benji. Absolute. He should sue for slander. He should sue for defamation. He should sue for misrepresentation. He should say that this is AI. This photo of him is absolutely criminal. Criminal. When you see how he takes photos of himself. Men take such unflattering photos every season of Love is Blind. Borderline in general, but definitely every season of Love is Blind. I hate this top. I hate this top. I hate the pants. Benji is 26 going on 36. He looks older with this. Whoops. Yeah. I don't know. He's an entrepreneur, realtor, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. So Benji, we got to get you together. Digital nomad. What is a digital nomad? Let me know in the comments. Digital nomad Benji. Okay. It says it. Never mind. Hasn't lived in the same place for the last 7 years, though he's the youngest single entering the pods. He's committed to settling down with someone special who also doesn't mind globe-trotting from time to time. You also need to not mind his inspirational videos because I feel like if you're in the car with him, he's going to be like, so the key to success is looking from within. I'm a huge traveler and I see a lot of that in our future. And for his dream partner, Benji's looking for her to check every possible box. He wants to connect with someone who's spontaneous, but can also plan, and someone who pushes him out of his comfort zone, but also makes him feel comfortable. Only time will tell if the total package is waiting for him on the other side of that glowing wall. Okay, this guy, I've never met somebody who looks more like what their description says ever. If I had my eyes covered and you read me what people's description is, and then I see them last, I would have pictured him exactly as is. Exactly as is. In fact, when I first looked at him, I said, so Brad, nice to meet you. Or Chad, nice to meet you. Which one is it? Because I still don't remember. He's so Midwest. Brad is so Midwest. It's almost kind of refreshing. Like I almost love how just Midwest Brad is. He's 35 years old, a dentist, a Sagittarius. You look like a dentist. Truly, he looks like a dentist. In the pods, he plans to bring back the Midwest nice. He's looking for a best friend, someone who's easy to talk to and nice to me. Like that. Bars low, love it. There have been some mean women over the years, and I'd like to try to avoid that. As a dentist, Brad has no interest in getting chewed up and spit out by a girl with a nasty bite. Okay. All the pods sweeties better brace themselves because Brad does have some mean moves. He once won $10,000 doing a freestyle dance competition in Miami Beach. Do you think his routine involved flossing? Okay, I hate that. But yeah, I like Brad. I feel like if we see Brad's journey, I don't think he's going to be a douche. But if he is, color me shocked. Color me shocked. Because his Instagram has 5 photos on it. 5 photos on it. He's very low key. This guy looks like his name would be Alex, but I already know it's not because I think he's coming after this guy. Brian. Brian, yeah. I don't love his outfit. I don't hate it either. He's very put together, though. Brian is 30. He's a wine bar owner and a Cancer. Love that he's a wine bar owner. I would go to it. Fine. Sure. Let's go. Love that. What a great spot to have a date night, too. And he can pick out a good bottle. Brian has been putting his business, whatever, to good use from a young age, opening up a wine bar during his senior year of college. That's crazy. That's crazy to do that your senior year of college. But focusing on the career hasn't helped him in the dating department. He's now seeking a partner with whom he can share a bottle of his favorite vintage and help him nail down a better work-life balance. I kind of love that. I've never thought about what it would be like to date someone who's a chef or like into something like niche like that, like wine. That would be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. Despite his discerning palate, that would get annoying to me though. If I'm enjoying a bottle and you taste it and you're like, that has a hint of musk and I hate it, I would be offended. I'd be offended. Don't correct me. I get complimented a lot on my smile. Hopefully he'll match with a woman that also takes care of her pearly whites, as poor hygiene is a deal breaker. That sounds like a statement that Brad should have made before him and he didn't. But so Brian, you could be a dentist. This guy reminds me in every way of that guy on SNL. The guy on SNL who did the election night skit, he reminds me of him in every way. He also looks like, as a little boy, like as a child, he would always look like he was up to something. Like, you will look so cheeky. Like, that's what he would remind me of as a child. Oh my God, I hate these boots. It accentuates how short men are. And if you have short legs already, you shouldn't wear them. I hate the skinny jean. I hate the outfit. I just really hate this. Yeah, I don't even like the accessory. I'm out. I don't like that, Daniel. Daniel is 30. He is a sales account executive and another Taurus. This former Gerber baby model is all grown up. Not me saying as a child he looks like he would be mischievous, and then him saying that he was a Gerber baby model. That's sending me. That is sending me. Scarlett Johansson husband? No, not Scarlett Johansson's husband. Not the guy from Weekly Update. I'll have to look it up. Hold on. I feel like I have to watch this to see these Cancer men. I'm a Cancer also. Isn't it funny how you feel protective? I have only seen one Aquarius man so far on the show, Aquarius person in general. And I'm like, you better represent. You better represent. Okay. So he was a Gerber baby model. With his parents' long-lasting marriage as an inspiration for his own future love story, Daniel is intent on building a family with a woman who appreciates his sensitive side. He's hoping that she'll love him and his tendency to put his foot in his mouth unconditionally. What does that mean? What does that mean? Though he doesn't always think before he speaks. Okay, I think that's what that means. Which he's worried might get him in trouble in the pods. It absolutely will, especially if you're drinking, Daniel. Get it under control. His openness and willingness to ask for help are the qualities Daniel's most proud of developing. You know what? You should be, Daniel, because a lot of men won't ask for help. A lot of men won't ask for help. Daniel, let me see your Instagram. Get over here. Let's dance. No. Nope. Nope. You're out, Daniel. Yep. You're out. No. Okay. Yeah, you're giving MAGA. Not into it. Daniel. Wow, Daniel. Okay, next up. This guy. Holy hell with the skinny jeans. I like the top until I get to the bottom. Is this a full skinny? It is not. A little bit of a boot cut at the bottom. They love a boot. They love a black skinny. The same way that the girls love a cream shoe. Everybody in Minneapolis could line up and they love it. You could spot who's going out in Minneapolis. Like they've got their uniform. David is 33. He's in medical device sales and he's an Aries. Let me scroll up and see what you looked like again, David. I hate how it pops up that banner. Okay, David looks like he would be some sort of salesman. I already forgot what he said he did, but he looks like he'd be a salesman. Working in the medical aesthetics industry, so he goes by Dave, is used to concentrating on people's looks, but his biggest turnoff is superficiality. That and too much Botox. Now he's eager to approach dating in a totally new way and prioritize shared interests. He looks like he would be a TikTok surgeon, like a TikTok surgeon. He looks like he would make comments on people's cosmetic surgery. If he finds a woman who can deck the halls with all 40 of his cousins every Christmas Eve, she just might be the one, but anyone who wins Dave's heart must first get the stamp of approval from the two most important people in his life, his dad and sister. How old is he? 33. Where's Laura? Where's Laura? I'm sorry. I'm going back up. I need to see this woman because like immediately she popped in my head. Immediately she popped in my head. How are they a similar age? Oh, her name's Meg. 31. You and Meg. Okay. That's what it is. That would be a potential match right there. Or Brad. Don't hate Brad for her either. This guy's socials feel like they would concern me, so I'm going to look really quickly. Okay, so exactly what I mean, give compensation. He looks way different in these photos, way different. He looks like a total bro. I don't think I'm going to like him. That's just my first thought. I take that back. I don't think I'm going to like him. Maybe not with him. We'll see. Okay, next up, we've got the red pendant, the red jacket. Again, we've got the black jeans, but at least we're matching a little better. Devin is 29. He's a youth director and coach. He kind of looks like a youth pastor. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. He is a Pisces. He built his own basketball training business and mentoring program to help kids reach their goals. When he's not on the court at high school, he opts to forego the bar scene to stay in and cook up delicious dishes. Love that, actually love that, Devin. Devin is hoping this experiment will help him accomplish one of his own greatest ambitions, meeting a woman who supports him from the sidelines during big games and in the kitchen every night as his sous chef. Not every night, Devin. I would like to just be at home listening to music, partying, and dancing, and then cooking together. And then cooking together before enjoying a meal. Love him. Like, don't pressure me with the every night thing, but I'm kind of liking his bio. As a Scorpio woman, I would prefer if I pretend I don't know the Scorpio men. That's funny, going back to that. Okay. Devin's cute. You know what? We're going to look at Devin's Instagram too, because do you look different? Like, did they take a bad photo of you? I feel like they did. They did. Of course they did. He's good looking. He's really good looking. And I like what he wears. Yes. Bye, Love is Blind. Your photographer needs to be let go. Hugo as well. I already know Hugo's social media picture looks different. Now, Hugo, he's cute. He's got like a very coordinated outfit on, which I can appreciate. He doesn't have the black skinny jeans on. We've got a different kind of boot, which actually works. Doesn't have like that huge heel on it. But he looks very short. And if you like a short king, that doesn't matter because I've already read his bio and I know that it's great. Like, I love what it says. He's a Pisces, 30 in marketing. It's not unusual for Hugo to take long last-minute road trips to try a new restaurant in another state on a random Friday night. No wonder he describes his experience dating in Minneapolis as repetitive and mundane. A down-to-earth woman with that same spontaneous spirit will make the perfect co-pilot. Love. Hugo is searching for a wife who also doesn't mind if he sometimes rides solo. Love. One thing I'm not willing to sacrifice for love would be my alone time. I do need space every now and then. That sounds like Aquarius to me. But after 4 years of the single life, he's ready to make room for a partner who shares his life and goals. Love. I'm now getting the hiccups. As you can see, okay, Love is Blind. Screw you. Screw you. He looks really cute. Really, really, really cute. These photos are terrible. They're terrible. They do the men so dirty every season, every season. Arguably, even a lot of the women. I'm like, come on, get a different photographer, please. Okay, up next. This guy just looks like a Jesse. Like, he just looks like a Jesse. He's giving frat. He's got this, like, you know, bright number on underneath. He's got the like Live Strong bracelet on. He's got the long hair. He reminds me of football player, frat boy. Okay, his bracelet does in fact match his shoe. You know, 35. He's a physician associate and a Taurus. Look at me judging Joey. Always a groomsman, but never the groom. Joey was in 11 weddings last year. Wow. See, that's giving frat. That's giving frat. He wants someone thready who can sew because he ripped his pants on the dance floor at 6 of those 11 weddings. Hell no. Hell no. Joey looks like the person who you bring to the wedding and they end up taking off their out shirt and like the white men who are all like discombobulated and like they like spill beer on their shirt. Like Joey looks a mess. Joey looks like he would be a mess at these. I'm so sorry. Joey, like too much of a good time, too much of a goofball, like just ugh. Joey's entering the pods in hopes that it will finally be his turn to say I do. Let's see. He wants someone who's empathetic and family oriented. Won't have any problems making compromises. Everyone's got healthy boundaries. As long as we discuss and don't cross them, there wouldn't be anything I can't sacrifice. But there is one thing he won't tolerate. If they give me a wet willy, see, like he's so unserious. I can't. And under what circumstance would I ever, and have you ever given someone a wet willy? This guy, for some reason, looks like he would have been in the movie Project X, like in early 2000s. That's what he reminds me of. Or like he would stand at the front door of the party at the frat and be like, who do you know here? Do you know somebody here? Like that's kind of the vibe that he gives me. Now we're back to the black skinnies. I do think that he's attractive. I do think this guy is attractive, but he looks like a douchebag. Mason is 33, a cinematographer. He also looks hella short. He's used to relying on his visual instincts as a cinematographer, but now he's coming up from behind the camera to switch things up for love. His biggest accomplishment is making a living in a creative career he loves. He's looking for that same passionate potential partner. He wants a skater girl. He shreds whenever he gets the chance. Okay. In fact, he's so committed to the sport that he once went through an entire workday with a broken foot. This is giving me PTSD from the ultimatum, like Nick and Sandy. It's like artists, like skateboarding. We'll see if the emotional intelligence is there with Mason. Mason says his friends and family would beg to differ, lovingly describing him as a big softie. Maybe he's tall. He certainly doesn't look like it in the photos. This is one of the most color coordinated outfits that we see, and I'm going to appreciate that. Okay, Mo. Mo is 35, property manager, Capricorn. He was born in the Bronx before moving to Senegal and returning to the United States before he turned 10. Mo learned English as his third language. After a year and a half of single life in the city that sometimes feels way too small, valid, he's hitting the pods to see if he's also fluent in the language of love. His greatest accomplishment is becoming the first in his family to graduate college, but the learning didn't stop there. Mo says he experienced significant personal growth throughout his 20s, especially when it comes to communication. Now, funny and outgoing, Mo hopes to connect with his forever person. Okay, Mo, let's see, Mo. He's cute. Again, I feel like Love is Blind can't take a photo for shit because he's cute. Okay, so Love is Blind, you've been put on notice. Like, I can't be the only one that's thinking these photos are terrible too. Okay, yeah. Like I said, like, I'm sorry. The men just, like, really aren't impressing me. Like, if you were like, "Wow, she's really not saying much," like, yeah. Like, nobody's really cute that much until I open up Instagram and look at them because the photos that they take of them are horrible. I don't like the color of this top. It reminds me of a brick wall. It reminds me of a penny. But it does match the shoes, okay? And he's not wearing those huge boots. Scott is 34, a project manager, and a Sagittarius. Like any good Midwestern boy, Scott is like a Western boy in his inner world, and a Western boy in a sweet-a-doo. Okay, Scott is extremely close with his friends and family, but for the first time, he's ready to make connections based on his own instincts instead of what others may think. Described by those who know him best as a golden retriever, Scott may struggle a bit with long dates, lounging in the pods. I do not sit still very well. Neither do I. Neither do I. So that's so valid. Does that mean he was a fuckboy in his 20s? Nah, maybe. Maybe. Scott may struggle a little bit with loud. Yeah. I don't sit still very well. I enjoy taking in a football game on the couch, but after that, I need to get up and run off my energy. Still, that doesn't mean a stimulating conversation with a girl that's well read won't get his tail wagging. Okay, I don't like him. Don't like him. Don't like him. Next. He reminds me of like somebody that would be on a show about Louisiana. Like he looks like he would have worked with Tiger King. Like it's very much giving Louisiana, Texas, Inland Empire, Yellowstone. Like it's kind of reminding me of that sort of for some reason. I like his outfit though. Honestly, I think he's pretty attractive. I like his outfit. He kind of is reminding me of David a little bit from Married at First Sight. Tom, 38. Okay, finally. Okay, finally someone a little older, 38. Management consultant, and he's a Scorpio, born in Brazil and raised in Minnesota. Tom is a self-described fitness fanatic. Ugh, we can tell. We can totally tell. Who doesn't take rest days? I work out when I go on vacation and I'm pretty focused on my diet. Okay, we'll see about that. Now, Tom's ready to show that same level of commitment to a life partner. What show were we just? Yes, he looks like an alligator wrangler. Yes, he looks like he would get out of the car with alligator shoes, like smoke a cigarette, wipe it on the floor. You would zoom in, see his alligator shoe, get the stub of the cigarette out, and then he walks in, screen goes to black and white. He's like, sit down. That's what he reminds me of. Holy shit. Alligator wrangler. That's what he reminds me of. He also kind of reminds me of Brock from Sheena's husband. Not from Sheena's husband, but from VPR. Wow. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Whatever show we just watched where a guy brought out a scale in the middle of dinner, if he has that energy, it's a no. I don't know what show I was watching because I watched so many. So if you know, please tell me. Anyone standing out that you would want to interview, or do you wait to see the actual show? I wait to see the actual show. I wait to see the actual show because I have been wrong. Everybody's got to be honest. I've been wrong in who I like and dislike. But by the first batch of episodes, I'm like, okay, I want to talk to you. I'm interested in what you have to say. So that I'm going to wait for. I'm definitely not interviewing Andrew. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to platform him. The ultimatum. Yes, it was JR. It was JR. Thank you. It was JR. JR did do that. It was him who brought out the scale. Okay. Well, he's slightly nervous about how fast a relationship could develop in the pods. He's excited about the unplugged dating exercise. If Tom ends up falling for someone who's always glued to their phones, his number one ick, it could become a sticky situation. That's fair. I hate when someone's always on the phone. Tom? No shirt, no shoes, but I got my hat. This looks like another person that Love is Blind potentially wiped their socials clean and tried to rebrand. Not sure if I get the vibe that he's always posted this little or what. What's this of? Oh, you posted a photo? Okay, he never posts. People are confused. They're like, what? What is this, by the way? Okay, no idea. Now I'm just like getting caught up. Okay, so next up. Oh, that's it. That's it. Perfect. Wow. So that's the cast. That's the cast. Do I have any favorites? Let me scroll through and let me just remind myself of who all I just looked at. Okay. Some people stood out to me, and not necessarily for like a great reason. I'll be honest. So let's go over some things. I don't think I'm going to like her. I don't think I'm going to like her at all. In fact, I think that we have like complete opposite personalities of like who I would like. So I don't think that. I feel like Cassandra is going to be on the show. I don't know if I'm going to like that Cassandra's on the show, but I feel like she's going to be on the show. She could be a lot sweeter than I'm anticipating. I'm interested to see Brittany. I love her career. She's worked with the NBA, NFL, MLB. I definitely would want to interview Brittany. Definitely want to interview Brittany. I still can't, with this being the first person we saw with the toes out, that shocked me. I definitely want to interview Amanda. And I hope Amanda's able to find a match on the pods if she likes someone. I would be interested in interviewing Amanda. She stands out to me. She stands out to me. Like, I still remember that she has a motorcycle without looking. I think it's important. People who stand out to me are people who I can remember bits and pieces about them without going back. She still has a motorcycle. I remember that. She kind of stands out to me. She definitely stands out to me. Meg, 31, oncology nurse. Molly and the Hooves. Molly and the Hooves. I don't know why, but like, I don't know if I'm going to like Monica's personality at all. Like, I'm just not sure. Sarah. No thoughts on Sarah. She's going to be like the Brittany of this season for sure. Beautiful. Tiara's beautiful. She has her MBA. Vanessa's beautiful. Virginia's beautiful. Yemi's beautiful. You know, I always like to interview the Black women from the season, uplift them, hear about their experience, platform them. So I'm definitely interested in talking with the Black women on this season. I hope that they make it and they have good matches and the experts don't traumatize them. Yeah. And I'm actually really interested in Adam for some reason. Like, he really sticks out in my mind. Adam, 33, fashion consultant. I feel like Adam isn't necessarily like conventionally attractive, but I find him attractive, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that to be shady, but yeah, I'm interested in Adam. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for season 8 in the beginning. I started with the tea. I hope it's not a trauma season. It's probably going to be a lot of chaos. We've already been warned about who some cast members are. I'll be interested to see if, because Love is Blind has had 2 years to edit this and because they have knowledge of the TikToks that have gone out, I'll be really interested to see if that's included in the season at all. Because I think that when Trevor had to acknowledge the stuff that was going on in social media about him, I think it was like a game changer for the Love is Blind ultimatum stuff and talking about things that are happening online. But my voice is starting to go. I'm going to get off of here. I'm super excited. I'm going to be back later on so that I can talk about the first episode of Bachelor season 29. How come the second Midwestern season looks like a mess? Chicago was a bust. Listen, the Midwest is a mess. The Midwest is a mess. And I'm not surprised that when they show us on screen that comes through. I'm so not surprised. But bye, everybody. Have an amazing day. Thank you for chatting with me in the pods. I think February 14th is when the show comes out. And if there's any tea before then, I'll be back to go over that. Bye.